Welcome back to the Run Home with Joel and Fletch. Don't forget the YouTube, social, and podcast with yourself, Brian, and the Scud missile.
Yes. Was he called Scud or just Missile?
Well, he's gone to a new level enhanced now, so
Yeah.
he's extra missile.
Stenazole
Yes.
Missile.
That has been absolutely flying. But you know what, Brian? There's a big term I like to use: jewel in the rough.
Yep.
What's the population of America?
I would say they're about 335 to 340 million. 300.
Yeah, keep growing and growing and
Yeah.
growing. So the talent there, if you don't mind, is absolutely huge to the point where we've shared on this program before. So there was a third of the population, which is the best part of, what's a third of 350 million, Brian?
I'd say 120.
Close to 120 odd, right?
Yeah.
They watched the
117.
Super Bowl. So there is an appetite for collisions.
Yep.
There's an appetite for the bash, crash, speed,
Yep.
skill, composure that the Mahomes of the world give, right?
Spirals.
Yes. So that screams what sport?
Rugby league.
Rugby league. 1300-01-1170. What about this man here? McKenzie of the Patrick variety.
Yes.
Who's off to the Combine for the National Rugby League in Las Vegas. Patrick McKenzie, welcome to the Run Home. Hello, Patty.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me.
Firstly, let's address the major thing, Patty.
Yes.
You've got the Squid Game jacket on. What
It's
number
one
are
of
you
our,
wearing?
Yeah. Oh, that's Notre Dame fighting Irish.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh, that's awesome. And it looks like you're in some sort of dorm or you haven't paid your rent and you're in jail.
It's my dorm room. My dorm room.
But you know why that's going to change, Brian? Because Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant,
Yep.
was getting less than a number of our stars over here. So our man Patrick McKenzie, dorm, see you later.
Yep. There we live in
Beachside over there. Hello.
It might be in Watson's Bay. Now, Paddy, let's first of all tell us a little bit about yourself. You're still in Notre Dame, or you finished university? What's your story?
Yeah. So I'm in my third year of university. I got one more year left. Out here in South Bend, Indiana, at the University of Notre Dame, and it's where I pretty much picked up playing rugby. I started playing a little bit after my second year of high school, and then I've continued on. But growing up, I played a little bit of roller hockey when I was really, really little. I started playing soccer and flag football, and then from there it went on to tackle football and baseball and basketball, and then I did a good amount of swimming as a kid as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So when you say rugby, because this is the issue we have over here, are you saying rugby league, 13 men aside, or rugby union, which is 15 men aside?
Rugby union.
Okay.
So 15 aside, and then we're in the 7th season right now.
All
so
right. It was great chatting to you, Paddy. But we've got
Hey, Patrick, what position in NFL or gridiron, as we like to call it over here, what position are you?
in football, I played tight end and linebacker, and then I got to play a little bit of running back / fullback, with both the ball carriers. So that's what I mostly played.
So from that point of view, you've mentioned everything that's in the offensive side, as you guys call it. How do you go on the tackling front? Did you grow up having to tackle people? And as you know, with our sport, you have to do both. I didn't do it both personally, but you do have to do both.
Yeah, so I played both ways, offense and defense. So I played like linebacker and defensive end.
Oh, okay.
Lots of defense as well.
So you understand the difference between rugby league and rugby union. Have you played any league at all? Have you played in rugby league?
I have not. No.
Okay. But you've seen our game.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of YouTube and saw the Russell Crowe promotion. So, yeah.
Patrick McKenzie, what's the expectation? So for all those like yourself in America who are turning up to the Combine, I imagine it's all on your own cost. You got to back yourself. It's a bit of a Vegas roulette roll, I suppose. But what's the expectations? Have they told you how many people are being accepted and what happens if you do well? What's the forecast for all of that?
So I saw those 25 male athletes selected, and 25 of the best athletes in America that are coming to Vegas. So back myself, put my best foot forward, and just learn how to play the game and play the game my way. Like,
Hey, Paddy, how did you know about this?
my summer coach, David New,
Oh yeah,
reached out to me about it. Yeah, so
yeah.
he's helped me a long way since I was first introduced to Rugby Union. Uh, so he contacted me about it and was trying to set me up with applying and all that. So
Paddy, do you know what is going to be, what sort of skills are going to be on show? Like what sort of testing you have to do at this combine? Is it similar to an NFL combine in the sense that bench, sprinting?
yeah, very similar. With regards to the strength testing and the skill testing, you got to be able to do both well. We did testing in high school for football, so lots of the things are pretty similar. Uh, so I've been altering my training plan a little bit to fit more of the testing, and hopefully I can perform.
Have you played with any big guns who have marched on to the, either the top college or perhaps the NFL?
I top college. We I don't know if I've played against them. I've played against a few basketball players who now play collegiate basketball.
Yes.
But regards to football or rugby, no. Um, not exactly, no, but yeah.
So, Paddy, just tell us a little bit about you playing rugby union. Is it for Notre Dame, and how many colleges are playing a rugby union tournament or competition?
So playing at Notre Dame, I was just gonna try it out my freshman year and see how it went. And then I ended up really falling in love with it and really um, investing myself in it. So we've taken that a few steps further. In the United States, there's quite a few schools. Like there's lots of schools, more than you would expect that play
Mm.
rugby union. Uh, Lots of the small schools that you won't necessarily hear in the papers or on social media. Lots of those schools have teams, and lots of them are pretty good. Um, so you might have a school in your schedule that you really haven't heard about, um, and you show up and those guys can play. So you never know what you're really gonna get, but there are players here. There are players here.
Hey, Paddy, obviously it's a giant leap, but there's so much depth over there in America, and so many kids cannot make the NFL, and it appears as though there's no major secondary competition. Over there, the hierarchy is the NFL, the college football,
High school,
absolute landscape.
high school football.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep. And then basketball, hockey, baseball, a mile behind. So it's these types of people who we feel as though our game could capitalise from. How do you think we're going to do it? Like, how do you are you at all across our competition? I know you've been invited to the combine, but do you know the game? Have you watched heaps? And how do like we know here, maybe a little bit sort of arrogantly, we know that your country would love our sport if they had a time to get around it. How do we sell that?
I think kids just have to play,
Yeah.
um, whether it's rugby union or rugby league. My dad's a phys ed teacher, and he's actually started incorporating a rugby like unit into his phys ed, and the kids absolutely love it.
Mm.
So it's starting to grow, especially on the East Coast, in the high schools, and it's a fast paced game, and that's what people are looking for, an exciting, fast paced, like skillful game that's nonstop. And I just think if it was exposed more and on the media, on TV, like giving people something to watch that's worth their time and that they really would enjoy. Um, so yeah, I think the media is the best way to spread it and getting people involved in the sport, um, passing a rugby ball around, and you just accumulate interest. Yeah.
How much interest is there, Paddy? Has there been much advertising over there? Have you seen any of our ads? I know in Vegas they've got a couple of billboards, but you've got to be in Vegas. Have you seen anything on Fox Sports, on Fox channels?
Uh, I haven't seen anything on Fox, but I don't have cable over here in my dorm, so I don't watch too much. I don't watch too much TV. But I've seen it on Twitter and Instagram, and
Oh, okay.
I, so that's starting to spread around. Yeah.
Right.
So and then I think as we get closer, um, maybe some few guys will spread the word that it's happening, and I think it could be a really big hit. So
We are chatting with Patrick McKenzie, who's majoring in history and political science from where, Brian?
Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
No, Notre Dame, exactly right. Now, what's your biggest challenges when you've first entered the game? Is it the fitness? Is it the catching and passing, the lateral passing, perhaps?
I think it was just like mentally understanding all the moving parts. Because the catching and passing, it's that crosses over between plenty of sports. Um, so any athlete can pick up the catching and passing isn't too bad to learn. But the spacing and the tactical side, I think, is where athletes have to really shift their mindset. Uh, but the physical skills, I mean, fitness is another big one that it's a different level of fitness when you're running for 80 minutes and getting hit, getting off the ground. Like that's the next level of fitness. But throwing, catching, passing, uh, simple skills that I think transfer pretty well between sports.
So just tell us about this combine. How many, because I know the girls are going to be invited as well. How many male and how many female were invited and are going to participate in the combine?
25 female and I believe 25 male, and then I think 2 males and 2 females will be selected from those 25. So
Yeah.
high stakes.
All right. What sort of position do you think, after watching our game, you said you haven't played rugby league or NRL, what position do you think would best suit your style?
I think part of the forward pack.
Yep.
I think the numbers are inverted from the Rugby Union, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah,
Sort of
so
flipped.
we have 8, 9, and 10. So 8 and 10 are usually the front rowers who are the props.
Okay.
Then you've got your second rowers, 11 and 12. And then you've got 13. You guys have got the extra guys on the side. I don't know exactly what they do, but we in our scrums,
They're flaggers, mate.
Yeah.
Flaggers.
in our scrums, we have 6.
Rhyming slang.
We
Okay.
we have 6. What sort of, how fast can you run 100 in?
Oh, I don't know the last time I timed that one. Like 100 meters.
100 meters, yeah. Well, give us your 40 yard. What do you do in 40 yards? 40 yard dash.
Probably just under 5. Like mid. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 4.89.
So no, I think second row.
Second,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It's exciting. It's exciting. Patrick, we look forward to the journey. And there must be a series on the back of it. Seriously. It's like a reality TV program.
Yeah.
If
feel
two
like the
go
contender.
through, of course.
Feel like the contender.
For what it's worth, I think there should be more females who go through.
Yeah, I know, you're froth on that.
Simple reason for the fact
Yes.
that.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
So, Patrick, our game over here is far less advanced for the females, but it's absolutely flying. So I feel as though the 2-2 parity is not right. I think we need, if there's 2 blokes coming in, we need 6 girls.
Gotcha. Yeah.
With me, Brian?
I'm with you. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from because it'd be easier for them to convert.
Correct.
I think so as well.
Correct. Just on the
Paddy,
gestation period
Best
where we're
of
at.
luck. Best
Thanks
of
for
luck.
having me, guys.
No, and if our listeners, because our listeners can't see you, but if they could describe you in one word, I would say 2 words: the wombat.
Oh, yes.
You look at, you got a little bit of a bloke
Graham
called
Eady.
Graham Eady.
Yes.
And I'm talking about 1970s.
Yes.
Graham
yes.
Eady.
And fun fact about Graham Eady, he's the only player ever in the history of the game to score a try, kick a field goal, and a goal in a grand final.
Okay.
So you, Wombat McKenzie, we'll be cheering you on. Patrick Wombat McKenzie, thank you for joining the Run Home with Joel and Fletch.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Good on you, Paddy.